Hey guys, I'm just getting ready to go to class, and I have a presentation in one class today, so I was putting on a little bit of makeup, just to look decent. And I wanted to share with you guys a quick concealer tip that I picked up. Part of it was inspired by one of Emily Noel's videos, where I think she got a Bobbi Brown concealer that has like a cream concealer on top and then a setting powder on underneath. And if you guys don't watch her, definitely go and subscribe. She's a great person. She's really sweet and she has a lot of useful tutorials and reviews. So that's Emily Noel 83, I believe. But she just talked about, how Bobbi Brown does a lot of setting your concealer with powder to help it stay. And when I do a full face, I don't have a problem with my concealer because I have a primer on underneath. I'm wearing foundation, and that usually goes up under my eyes, and then, I put on the concealer, and then my mineral veil all over my whole face, and it usually stays. But I find that when I'm not really wearing any other makeup, like right now I put on a primer, and I just put concealer on under my eyes. I'm not sure if you guys can tell. And I usually just put on my mineral veil, but I find that when I do that, my concealer will go into my little lines right here, or it will just fade away. And she talked about setting it with powder, but I never thought about, kind of setting it individually with powder. I just kind of did my whole face. So I got this idea because this is the concealer I used to use under my eyes, and this is Bare Escentuals Well Rested. It's really good, but I've just gotten more into the Clinique one lately, so I haven't been using it so much. So I got the idea to use this to set my concealer, and I did it yesterday, and it worked perfectly. It looked even more natural than it had, and then it stayed on all day with no creasing or fading. I wasn't wearing foundation or anything. So instead of using like a big powder brush, you want to use an eyeshadow or concealer brush, but what you want to use is one that resembles a powder brush. So kind of if you think of like an eye-sized version of a powder brush. So I'm going to be using this Bare Escentuals crease brush, and as you can see, I already have some concealer on it, but it's nice and fluffy, and it is kind of the same shape as a powder brush would be. It could be a little bit more dome shaped, but for what we're going to be doing, it's like perfect. So I'm just going to dip it into the Well Rested, and then tap off the extra. Actually, I'm going to use the lid. Tap off all the extra because you definitely don't want it to be cakey or anything. So you just barely get a little bit of it on the brush, and let me turn my mirror here. Okay, and then you're just going to brush it right underneath your eyes. Right on top of that concealer. I already have my line smoothing concealer on here, and I just blended that in with my fingers. And you kind of want to go in small circles and blend it down a little bit like you're doing eyeshadow, but kind of backwards. And I'm not sure if you guys can tell the difference, but I can definitely tell looking at my mirror that this eye has more coverage on it. It looks smoother, and it kind of blends more down into my cheeks, because obviously the concealers are yellow based and my cheeks are more rosy, so sometimes that can clash when I'm not wearing any foundation, but using this big fluffy brush allows it to kind of blend more seamlessly. So I just got some more and tapped it off, and just sweep it under the other eye, and then go in those big circles and kind of bring it down a little bit under where you would normally put it. Okay, so that sets the concealer for the rest of the day. I think it looks a lot more natural than when I would wear concealer by itself. And, it just works fabulously. So, you guys, I recommend, if you have problems with your concealer doing that when you're not wearing foundation, definitely check this out. That's the Bare Escentuals Well Rested. It's just like a yellowy based concealer on top of your regular liquid concealer, and the Bare Escentuals crease brush, or just any really fluffy crease brush. So yeah, I hope this helped you guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. Keep watching, and please leave a comment or message if you have any questions about this video, or if I can help you with anything else. Bye guys.